All right, guys, so if you haven't already figured this one out, I'm doing a customization video on the fuel gauges that I got from HBG. So, the problem that most of you all, including me, had is that, when you have these fuel gauges and you throw them into a tray, half of them are turned over. So when you're hunting for a fuel gauge number 2 or a 1 or a 0, you're having to flip over all your fuel gauges to find the one that you really want. And so what I've done is I'm actually ultimately I'm going to be gluing these together so that they're double-sided. So as you can see here, I've created an 1/8 of an inch diameter hole, popped in a magnet because for those who are new to my channel, all my pieces are magnetized, including my flight stands and everything. So ultimately I want to have my flight stands pop on the actual fuel gauge and obviously have a double-sided fuel gauge. Now, I've seen other guys glue these together, not doing the magnets, but just kind of glue them together, which is a great idea, right? So that eliminates that, that one side that you can't see, and eliminates, having to flip over all your pieces to finally find the one that you want. So that's one thing that I wanted to solve. And then the other was obviously the magnetization piece. And the other thing that I didn't like from what I saw from other guys is it was just too much yellow, once you kind of put them together. And I wanted to kind of break up that yellow. And so I figured out a really good way to break up the yellow by painting things. So anyway, it's pretty self-explanatory. You drill a hole, 1/8 of an inch, pop in a magnet, and then you put some super glue. You do super glue for the magnet, and then you do super glue here. I'm just pressing the two halves together. And I'll speed it up here and we'll get into the actual painting. All right, so I went through a couple attempts at painting these, and the best thing that I could think of to ensure that if the paint chips off, that I didn't see yellow, was to do a permanent marker. So here I'm just going to kind of trace out the outer edge outline with a permanent marker, and then fill it in. And then we'll go in and actually do the actual painting. All right, then here I'm just going to be filling in between the borders that I created. Just a simpler way, instead of since it's a permanent marker, I didn't want to chance getting anything on the face of the actual fuel gauge. There were times where that did happen, and it was just easy. If I get it quick enough, I could just wipe it off with my finger. All right, next I'm going to apply some black paint. Just nothing special. Just wanted to put a nice coat of black paint on here. And it really, it actually really popped it out even more. The permanent marker only does so much, right? But this black paint, I found it really adhered to that marker. It was almost like doing a base coat primer, if you will, on the plastic piece there. All right, so the last thing I want to do is just put a little matte varnish over the black paint. This is going to help seal it and give it a little bit of protection. Also kind of flatten it out. I didn't want to have a shiny black on there. So this will just help kind of dull it down a little bit and give it just a little bit of protection from chipping and things like that. All right, guys, so here it is. Got a bunch of them on the table here. I really love the way that these came out. You know, I've seen these where other guys have glued two of these together, right? So it was just too much yellow. And so I was playing around with different colors, and I don't know, I think that having the black on the edges really tones things down, makes it really pop out, makes it look really bold on the table. I love it. And then they become very functional. You know, when you have the aircraft, you're able to take an aircraft and pop it on, and then pick it up, move it around, and then, you know, they're double-sided. What can you not like about it? So anyway, hope you like them. Let me know what you guys think. Until the next customization, take care.